Welcome back to the Best of Investing. I'm Edward Brown, your host, along with Mark Hahn from Pacific Private Money and Brian Burke of Praxis Capital. And before we cut to the commercial break, we asked this trivia question. What is the name of the Olympic sport similar to shuffleboard where a stone is rolled on ice and players sweep in front of it? All right, guys, 1, 2, 3. Say it all at once. Curling. There you go. All right, now, here was the special trivia question where the winner receives a free 3-day, 2-night stay at the beautiful Ritz-Carlton Half Moon Bay Resort. Ooh la la. Okay, here was the question. Name the only James Bond actor who appeared in only one James Bond film. Anyone know that?
No.
Oh, Hunter raised his hand. George Lazenby on the film, in the film, George Lazenby on Her Majesty's Secret Service, and the winner was Alex from Turlock. Congratulations.
All right, Alex.
All right, now we go right
Enjoy
into
your stay.
Enjoy your stay. Okay, we got email time here. Mark, we received an email here that says, I am trying to negotiate a short sale with the bank and need a short-term loan. Is this something you can do? Remind our listeners what you do for a living.
Oh, absolutely. I'm president of Pacific Private Money. We're a private money lending, private money real estate lending company based in Marin County. And yes, short sales, a lot of the loans that we're doing these days are to help people both buy a short sale property that's maybe listed on the MLS. Another thing that's interesting that's happening a lot more these days are oftentimes banks are willing to take what's called a short pay. And why I'm bringing that up is in fact, I'm doing a couple of loans this month that are short pays. That's where the borrower doesn't have to sell the property, but the bank has offered to take less than the full principal owed as repayment.
What does that do to the credit rating report, basically, credit score?
You know, I don't know the answer to that, and I don't know that it affects negatively a borrower's credit.
But only if it gets reported somehow. But
yeah, exactly. Now again, our company mostly makes loans to real estate investors only. So in both these situations where we're funding a loan that for the purposes of a short pay, one is a situation in Sacramento where someone owns a multifamily property and has a $3+ million bank loan on it, and that bank went bankrupt, and they now need to liquidate the loans on their books. They're willing to take a little over $1 million as full payment for that, and we're able to come in and close because it's got to close quickly, it's got to close before the year end. That's also happened on people's real estate clients of ours who own homes that they rent out, that they may have bought at the wrong time and they owe quite a bit more money. The banks oftentimes will take a short pay instead of forcing them to actually sell it to a third party and take a short pay. Oftentimes they can, if they're negotiating with the existing owner, the transaction can actually go more smoothly, and they can potentially net more than in a short sale.
So I wonder if you're a real estate investor, do you want your bank to go bankrupt?
Okay.
And need money, and he'd come and ask for a short payoff.
Yeah, they sound like they didn't go on that one.
So short sales are great opportunities if you can get them. Short sales, the problem if you're a real estate investor looking to buy property via a short sale, you probably already know that oftentimes those transactions get dragged along and oftentimes fall through. But I will tell you that the best transactions that I have funded for borrower clients this year have all been short sale purchases.
Well, I can imagine, like in that one example, with $3 million with a $1 million payoff, I'm guessing the bank said, we're going to give you this deal, but you got to do it pretty quickly.
Yes.
So they weren't able to get conventional financing, and even though your rates are a little bit higher, not too much, but a little bit higher than a regular bank, you were able to save them a couple $1 million off of the principal.
Right, and it's going to be a short-term loan in that situation. We'll get them $1 million, we'll fund the deal, they will get a short payoff, and then they're going to proceed to try to get a new conventional bank loan on that
refinance
property.
you out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you have a minimum guarantee on that?
This one, the borrower is guaranteeing 6 months interest to us on that loan.
And for your investors, what interest rate did they earn by investing?
That one's paying a 9% rate. It's a below 50% loan to value on the appraisal that
Okay.
hasn't come in yet, but we know what the number's going to come in
So
at.
the property's gonna be worth at least 2 million,
Mhm.
and you're doing a first mortgage of $1 million.
Yeah, a little bit more than $1 million. But the numbers work out to it's a 50%,
50%.
less than better than 50% loan to value. The investor is going to achieve a 9% fixed interest yield on a 2-year note that may get paid off in a year, but
Oh,
maybe
but
not.
they'll get paid off probably in 6 months,
Yeah.
in a day. Yeah, we did loans like that in the past.
And a conventional lender wouldn't want to make a loan in that circumstance when you're having a short pay. They would look at the
Exactly.
circumstances and say, we're not going to help you here. But after you get that private money loan in place, then your picture looks completely different to the new lender that's
Correct.
stepping in.
Yeah, all they're gonna do is look at it and say, okay, the property's worth 2 million.
And you
oh,
only
you
owe 1
only owe $1 million.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. The
yeah.
creative financing today is in private money. If you're a real estate investor, or if you just own real estate, you may not be an active investor. If you have any type of opportunity to take advantage of a real estate transaction, be it a short pay or to buy real estate, your local banks and your national banks today aren't going to help you. Maybe next year, maybe that liquidity will come back and banks will start making loans. But right now, most banks for the most part are not making real estate investor-friendly type loans. So the private money lending industry has blossomed in the last couple of years, and there's a tremendous amount of liquidity out there, and you should
Okay,
take
and so
advantage of that.
for the audience who says, gee, I'd like to get 9% of my money with 50% loan to value and get paid off probably in 6 months, how would they get a hold of you? Because maybe you'll have future deals like that.
Absolutely. Go to our website, pacificprivatemoney.com, all one word, of course, pacificprivatemoney.com, or call our Marin County offices at 415-883-2150 for more information.
And you can also go to bestofinvesting.com and look at the website, and you can check on Mark there. Brian, we received an email for you. Here it is. It says, I have been hearing a lot about shadow inventory. Does it exist, and is it going to cause house prices to keep falling? Explain what shadow inventory is.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should probably explain what shadow inventory is, because there's a few different definitions for it, but the most common one is people think that the banks are holding on to a lot of property and they actually have title to it and they're just sitting on it and not putting it on the market. But I haven't found that to be the case. I look at the shadow inventory really is the homes that are either in foreclosure now or have not yet entered foreclosure but eventually will enter foreclosure. And what the lenders are doing is they're controlling the flow at the foreclosure auctions. So they're either stretching out the foreclosure timelines or just completely ignoring the fact that a lot of buyers aren't making payments, and that's how they're regulating the number of foreclosures that come on the market. So that's created this so-called shadow inventory, but I like to call it opportunity inventory because
Glass half full.
over the course of the next couple of years, there's a real opportunity to buy discounted real estate from the foreclosure pipeline.
Well, that gets into exactly what you do for a living. So.
It does. That's exactly what we are doing, and we're taking advantage of that opportunity in every way we can. Our company, Praxis Capital, is a real estate private equity firm focused on purchasing foreclosed single-family homes in Northern California, and we rent them out to qualified tenants. And in a lot of cases, those qualified tenants are the former homeowners, and it's kind of like giving them the loan modification that the government never could.
Absolutely.
If you can go in and say, well, you were paying $2,800 a month on your mortgage and you can rent it now for $1,500, that's a pretty good deal for these folks. But as far as the second part of the question about whether it's going to cause house prices to keep falling, I don't think so. I think there's a good firm foundation to pricing now. And one analogy I like to use is, there's a big difference between shuffling a deck of cards and printing a deck of cards. And really all we're doing right now is shuffling a deck of cards. Houses are transitioning from owned homes to rented homes, and we're not building anything. So I think that's going to support prices.
Yeah. And I'll just really quickly, do you ever give an option back to those, quote, renters to buy their house back?
No, we don't, but certainly at the end of the term, we would be happy to talk to people if they're qualified and capable of doing so. There's some problems that can come into play by making promises up front.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, we're going to cut to our third and final break here, and here's the trivia question. It's a martial arts question. What is the weapon called that has two sticks connected by a chain? The first 3 callers with the correct answer win a free 3-day, 2-night stay at the Lighthouse Resort. Are you doing The first 3 callers, again, with the correct answer win a free 3-day, 2-night stay at the Lighthouse Resort. Their website is lighthouse4fund.com. Check them out. Call 888-912-1190. That's 888-912-1190 to answer this question. Here's the martial arts question. What is the weapon called that has 2 sticks connected by a chain? Again, last time to call 888-912-1190 to capture that prize. Make sure to include your name, address, email address, and phone number, and we'll